Let's take a look at our player stats. What's the win rate here looking like respectively in the matchup? Well, that is heavily favoring FoCuS here. My goodness. 65 versus 47. Lucifer used to play a lot of destroyer timing pushes against Orc, which I have always been advocating against. I think the Banshee is the one true calling in this matchup. Some undeads see that similarly, others don't. I feel like this matchup is still not settled on the undead side, but we'll get more into that as we head into the game. Going by the numbers, FoCuS should be the favorite here, but Lucifer, considering his recent performances, if he keeps up his play, he has been looking hot lately. Let's see if he can carry this momentum through into this grand final. We're starting off our first map on Concealed Hill. Alright, I want to make sure I got everything right here. FoCuS in the blue, Lucifer in the red. There we go. All right. We have a late DK fast fiend opening over here from Lucifer, which I haven't seen in quite a while. It seemed to me like Happy was the only guy still playing this. But now Lucifer going with the older build as well. Nowadays, it's mostly about fast DK late fiends. Over on FoCuS' side of things, he's going for a Farseer. Farseer tier 2 rush without barracks and without shop. Wow. That's some ladder strats right here. In high-level competitive play, I haven't seen this in forever. I mean, Farseer, yes. Fast tech, yes. But at least a shop. Alright, late barracks, so, you know, he is reeling in the craziness somewhat. On ladder, you will see no barracks at all. And then mass Windriders. Kind of lame. But very predictable, very easily scouted, and fairly easy countered as well. So I like the addition of the barracks. Doesn't limit his options so much. Starting off with the creeping. Of course, the tech is going to be much, much faster here for FoCuS. Especially depending on how late Lucifer techs here. It's going to be a 20 or 23 supply tech most likely. Nowadays, usually is 20 supply, but Lucifer, he's old school. He may go for that 23 supply with the next fiend. Which isn't really necessary, but it's a little bit more damage. Makes you a little bit safer. And gives you a little bit more damage for creeping. But the fast tech really is crucial. Ziggurat here being upgraded into a narrow tower. Wolves in the back means the fiends are going to have a tough time attacking them. Doesn't want to attack with the ghouls just yet. It's going to cost quite a bit of lumber. So it's going to be Acolyte juggling in the gold mine. And skeletons in the back. Seems like Lucifer is really patiently handling this though. Not panicking. Not making more ghouls. Doesn't want to lose the Acolyte, of course. And he won't. Alright. Patiently dealt with. And the resources are now there for the tech. Not going for the third fiend. I like that. And now he has 3 ghouls on number as well. But yeah, the tech is far behind, obviously. Very far behind. That's almost 2 minutes right there. And Lucifer walking across the map without level 2. Trying to steal a camp away from his opponent. And he goes for the last hit. Without the coil, gets it, and saves the fiend with the coil instead. So everything working out there. In the end for Lucifer. That looked scary though for a while. And also, I don't know. Kind of weird. Like, is that the best play? Is walking across with a DK to steal one camp away from him? I mean, you're slowing yourself down by so much. And yes, you're slowing the Farseer down as well. But the Orc should be satisfied with this. Like, if he can make this a low hero level game, he's gonna take it. Of course, TC second, he would like to level highly. Or is it even the TC? Yes, it is. Torn Chieftain, Bestiary. Only one Bestiary, so no Wind Riders as it seems. Lyn, it was like 2 months ago or something? Maybe even longer ago. Lyn really started playing Farseer TC Tier 2 expansion a lot. With that fast tech, backup of the Raiders, strong grunts in the early mid-game stages, trying to defend the expansion. And then win with the numbers later on. With a weaker tech, admittedly. Only Tier 2, of course, no room in that strategy for Tier 3. And it seems like this is the plan again. TC coming out, creeping with the grunts is going to be level 2 right away. And a peon should be moving over fairly quickly. So yeah, this strategy, this style has been shown before. Shouldn't come as a surprise. And it's going to be hard to be cancelled. Because a Lich, of course, is required. Without, it's pretty much impossible to cancel this. Or is it? The DK is level 2 here, that's the most important thing. Low HP though. With Scroll of Speed and Stomp. This could be a TP forced onto him before the expansion does get cancelled. Which will be set up. Here we go. Peon's there. Yeah, and I really like this strategy from the Orc. Like, if the Undead commits to it, yes, the expansion is going to get cancelled. But it could be made very expensive. With ensnares, with stomps. If you can surround the Fiend especially without ensnare. And of course, before the Lich comes out, the Undead can do absolutely nothing. And this is why this opening, perhaps among other reasons, fell out of favor. Your tech is just so late. And the Lich that you rely on so heavily will be joining the battle so much later. Lucifer has to TP here. A little bit too late to save the Fiend. Oh, man. That was super close. He was just 1, maybe 2 seconds too late. He could have saved that one Fiend. And that's the downside right there. No Lich means you can't do anything, kind of. Unless you're level 3 DK. So if he hadn't run across the map, instead had just been creeping up over here. Remember, this Farseer didn't have any grunts for the longest time. DK could have been level 3, perhaps. And then could have held his ground in this situation right here. But as it stands, this game is looking rather well so far, I'd say, for FoCuS. Difficult decision now for FoCuS. What does he do? Is it time to creep for himself? Of course, it's gonna be great for the TC. But is that time you want to give the Undead? Lucifer's going Tier 3. Has to, of course. Wait. Sacrificial Pit? What? This is something we see against Blade Master. Sacrificial Pit, maybe Frost Worms, but usually Destroyer timing with the Dreadlord. Against these heroes, though, a Dreadlord doesn't make the most sense. I mean, kind of nice against the TC, but... Alright, interesting. Usually it's Dark Ranger third against the TC. Really good against him, with a silence, obviously. Also, with this strat, there's plenty of grunts and raiders always in the front line, always exposed. No healing for them. So once the Dark Ranger is level 2 with the Dark Arrow, you can start snowballing. Finding kill after kill. TC almost level 3. Helm of Valor. Not more than alright. But Lucifer is finding some time to creep. Of course he's gonna have to rely on his heroes. High level heroes. And by high I mean like 4, 3, 3. They can defeat a massive grunt raider army just by themselves. But of course, Lucifer is far away from this. Gonna hit his level 3-2 here in just a moment. Those are big power-ups, though. And the Shade is tagging the army. Knows exactly what's happening. Will have to return to the main here in a moment to defend. DK just barely hitting level 3. As the Raiders are going for a bit of a distraction attack. Throw speed to disengage. Not gonna dive here. Not gonna risk it. And why should he? Expose up. Getting reinforced somewhat. He's super low on lumber though. FoCuS is no Tier 3 inside really. Just mass Tier 2 production. He's going into upkeep right away. Not being greedy. I think that's the right play. I think he should go to like 60 supply, get some scrolls maybe, and then put the pressure on. Don't let him creep. The way Lucifer wins this game is with crazy, out-of-control heroes. Greater mana. That's one step in the right direction, as far as he's concerned. Tier 3 is ready. Dark Ranger available. Hero levels, though, still not that impressive. I didn't even know you could make illusions out of mechanical units. I never did that before. Lucifer moving in. I'm not sure that this is the time. But I guess he has to. Expo's running. And now he's going up, being down by 15 supply. First Stomp not hitting too well, but well enough, I suppose. Nova coming in, hitting greatly into the front line here. First Raider dead again. Dead immediately, I should say. But the end snares are coming in. The big Stomp is hitting everything. Oh boy! Where was the splitting? Where was the DK away for the coil? Perhaps not perfectly executed right there. The Wind Rider has been killed, but the invul popped once again. Those stomps, oh my god, they're hitting absolutely everything. One ensnare was there, so the Destroyer is going to be getting taken out as well. The scroll of speed at the perfect time. Ah, I thought he was going to kill the Destroyer before, not quite. Lucifer only with the heroes left. And are they strong enough to do it by themselves? It's going to be tough, certainly. Once again, the Sentry Ward being deployed, but the Fiend is saved. Lucifer doing as much as he can. Greater Invul still available upon him. Holding on to it still. There we go. Has to use it to keep the Destroyer alive. Lich also in trouble. Everything's dropping low. Clarity running. He wants to execute him with a Chain Lightning. He has the mana now, but the coil comes in before. Lich survives. Fiend's back as the Kodo dies. The TC dropping super low. If there's a Nova, he may die, but there's no mana. TC still falls. Not careful enough, perhaps. Chain Lightning, not enough to get that kill. Oh my god. Is Lucifer really turning this around? It's the heroes now. Only a Farseer left, but Farseer with basically no mana. He wants to force the TP, or, excuse me, there is no TP, but there is an invul. He has to pop it. And he gets away there. Woo, Coil was flying in towards the Farseer, almost killing him off. Oh my god, Lucifer. Barely holding on. That trade was pretty even. The TC kill, of course, the big deal there. But perhaps you could say that Lucifer won that fight, but now he's left in a condition where he can't continue to fight. DK too low. Mana too low. Greater mana gone as well, by the way. But it was a lot of experience. Level 3 now for the Lich. Level almost 4 now for the DK. Level 2 for the Dark Ranger. And this is where scary territory begins. When he's 4-4-3... these heroes can work magic. But for now, FoCuS doesn't want to force the issue. He's creeping up here on the right side where there's not too much left. Lucifer would like to creep these camps over here, but he doesn't know where his opponent is. He doesn't have a TP, he doesn't feel he has the resources to spare one. So he's not going to take the risk of going creeping. He's going to be able to perhaps look for a creep jack here himself, but FoCuS in a very good position, anticipating such a move possibly. Gets level 4 for the TC, that's very nice for the aura, helping out the entire army and making him even more tanky with that Bell of Giant Strength. Earlier he popped that invul very aggressively, coming to cost him, taking his life. Alright, here we go. Lucifer moving in, 2 destroyers now up in the air, very good against for the Dispel against the wolves. Is he gonna morph all 3? He has the resources for it now. And in comes the Orc. Immediately going for the Farseer. Bats coming in, double detonate, or rather Concoction takes out one of the destroyers, but the other one is still there. Big Dispel against the scroll speed. The Farseer is out of the battle. DK now level 4 makes him nigh unkillable if he goes for the Death Pact. Massive stomps coming in once again, but not too much damage in this Orc army. It's only tier 2. This is the issue with this strategy. FoCuS, has he lost his window? He's still got a lot of units though. Can he take out the Destroyer? Long range and snare, but still not able to get the kill. Coil coming in, and the Nova. The Farseer is so close to dying. A few more right clicks, the first hero falls. Earlier it was the TC, now it is the Farseer. The Fiends all in the ground, they're being borrowed, hoping that he can save them somehow. So much stuff though still to fight through. He's trying to force something from the Death Knight. There is Death Pact, by the way, and a mana potion. The Kodo dies. Everything seems to be falling apart for FoCuS. It was supposed to be his game, but it's not seeming to work out at the moment. The Boros here, by the way, pretty damn on point, I have to say. Lich in the front line with the Frost Armor is so tanky. The DK still has that mana potion. He's going for the Death Knight, but he has Death Pact. There's no way he's killing this DK. And there's no dust. That was one of the most glaring errors in this game. It's not over yet, but it's looking pretty damn good for Lucifer, who's snowballing so hard now with these Dark Minions. Darkness level 3, GG. He calls it, wow. In a super close first game, as Lucifer takes that lead. That was so close, though. That was so super close. Huh. Really cool. Seems like we have two players here evenly matched, which is obviously exactly what we want to see. It's very hard in that kind of game when you're the orc. What you want to go for? A passive or an aggressive approach, like throughout all stages of the game. You get the Farseer first. Alright, do I creep first or do I harass? Well, I creep first. Alright, now I go harass. I get the TC comes out, he goes creeping the expansion, and you set up the expo. That's set in stone. But then, when do you pressure? When do you retreat? When do you go to your shop? When do you heal? When do you go for consumables? Really hard to make the perfect call there every time. And perhaps not made every time there. But that was extremely close. I saw Lucifer there on the back foot, certainly. That invul popped aggressively, perhaps a little too bold. But that was a really cool game. Yeah, usually when this expansion comes up without getting cancelled once, that's a very good sign for the orc. I don't know. Something seems to have gone wrong. This is the first time that Lucifer is representing his new clan, MTW. They now have 4 players: Cash Hawk, Cash Hawk, Lucifer, and Check. I wonder if we're gonna see them in team leagues in the future. Would be pretty cool. As takers in chat as well, by the way. A part of MTW as well. After the revive. They're back again. Investing heavily into Warcraft. Really cool to see the first European team to do this. Hopefully not the last. Anonymous WC3. Thank you very much for the sub. Our second map is Terranos Stand. FoCuS is map choice. Let's see what he has planned. Wait, what? That's a ghoul opening. What? Is this just for the lightning shield creep, or what's that? This is very, very unusual. Oh, wait. Didn't he play this in the next tournament? In his game versus Fly? He may have played it there. It was a ghoul opening with a DK. Yeah, okay, DK. No craziness with a Dreadlord here or whatever. And a Blade Master to start with. When the Farseer fails, we go back to the Blade. Very understandable on this map. Lots of nice items to snipe. Claws, 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 claws. And big consumables at the edges. Is it what is it the naturals? Ghoul opening is for the lightning shield creep. Yeah, that makes sense, I suppose. But it's a big investment just for one creep camp. Like, this opening eliminates so many of your options. You're definitely not going to have a decent number of fiends for a very long time. Also, you're going to be reliant on Frenzy if he keeps going for more ghouls, which he kind of has to. There's no graveyard. So he has to be going for more ghouls. And they're only really good once they have Frenzy, which is very late into the game. Alright, here's the lightning shield. So this is pretty obvious. If you do have ghouls, you want to do this whenever you can. Terra Stand and Amazonia, the maps to do this on. Item, the Scroll of the Beast. Not too bad for Frenzy Ghoul timing. This could be absolutely amazing. Thank you very much, Bobbity, for the 29-month resub. Level 2. And the Cloak. Blade Master in the middle. He got the 2 items he was looking for. Circle and Claws, very nice. Grunt getting found here. Can he surround him? Not too easy. Trying to make it work. Ghoul. Oh, he almost had it. Oh, for a split second there he had it. Man, that would have been sick. It's hard to do. You want to have one skeleton in the front, blocking and slowing down the grunt, and the rest of the units catching up and chasing him, and then encircling him. All the meanwhile having everything in the same group, but at the same time not really, because you're microing one separately. Not that easy to do. And not quite able to in this case, but it was very close. Blade Master coming in. Is he going to try to deal damage to the DK? Yes, he is. Oh, this was perfectly done. This was so beautiful. He stood on top of the creep and then attacked the DK for damage on the Death Knight. And with his positioning on the creep, there was no last hitting opportunity with the coil to get the experience. That was really good.
The player's forces are under attack.
A little move only, but a beautiful one. And he's gonna get this ghoul. Alright. Apprentice Wizard here goes towards Lucifer, is all that right? Level 2 now for the blade. One ghoul lost, though, of course, is not the end of the world. As he has plenty ghouls still remaining. Graveyards coming. What's the tech looking like? Ooh. Quite a bit faster here, isn't it, for FoCuS? Still holding on to this TP, by the way. Very unusual. I guess he wasn't really at the merchant yet. He was kind of close, but not there. Grunts are waiting for the second hero. This is very predictable. This is a beautiful camp for any second hero that the orc can choose. 2 items. Level 2. Fairly easy to creep. Oh, and Lucifer is trying to snipe High Priest here. He only has 2 skeletons, though, so it's not that easy. Seems to be working out, though, as the blade is not finding his opponent just yet. Wow. The Ring of Region actually now really, really nice with the DK so banged up already. Out comes the SH. If he finds the DK here, oh, this is kind of scary. But there's no Blade Master damage here, so Death Knight shouldn't really be in danger. He was debating there, harassing the creep camp, but with that health, it's too dangerous. Blade in the main. Oh, killed one of the ghouls here, as you can see from the corpse. Not too bad. And it's gonna be canceling the pit here, possibly. Which once again is coming before the tier 3. Okay, there we go. Coming up now. Certainly delayed. Orc tech here, half a tech ahead. Big advantage there. Oh, the SH. Find the greater mana. The dream. And is level 2. Frost armor here. Makes it a little bit slow, but he's gonna get it. And the blade's still with the TP. Very unusual to see. Perhaps he's considering going for the lab creep here earlier. Zeppelin, drop the main, kill the mine, TP out. We've seen that sometimes. Oh, Lucifer very far forward here. This is definitely gonna be a TP forced. Scroll of speed. He has to TP before the next hex. What's he... Ooh, that was very close. Jesus. Very, very close indeed. And aggressive orc play in the mid game, that's something we don't usually see anymore. Normally it's all about creeping, because you need this SH on level 3 fairly early to have a chance in the late game. All the grunts here is low, but should be fine. There is no more scroll of speed remaining, however, but still a TP. And yeah, no Nova, no level 2 coil. Grunt gets away, and FoCuS is having a pretty damn good early game. Killing 2 ghouls and forcing a TP. Those are not the biggest advantages to gain, but you know, it's something. And experience. Mostly it's experience. Both of his heroes here will be getting closer to level 3. That Shade, though, is revealing his positioning. This could be a little bit scary right now. Blade is going for the Orb of Lightning. Doesn't want to waste any time. Wants to pick that up immediately. Oh, that's a big supply block. That's delaying the TC for a long time. Slowing down his progress immensely. But actually, Lucifer is not interested in being aggressive at all. Wants to wait for his own tier 3 here, it seems like. He has transitioned into Fiends now. 4 ghouls left only for him. This is the strategy that we've seen in China quite a lot recently. Popularized by WFZ, I believe. 3-2 heroes now for the Undead, finally where he wants to be, but honestly, I was pretty slow with this. Oh, and the Shade gets revealed from the laboratory, finding the belt. Not too bad. Might want to keep that on the SH, actually, so he doesn't immediately die when he's out of position once. Is it Dreadlord time? With this strat, we often see Dreadlord. But Lucifer doesn't quite have the resources for this yet. As both continue to creep. Oh my god. Mana Stone and Greater. And Tome of Experience! Oh baby! In this specific case, doesn't make too much of a difference because SH is level 3 already. But he won't complain. Belt. Not too bad. Can help keep some of the heroes alive. Oh, Sechi Ward sees the Blade Master. Did he? He swapped the TP to the SH. And Lucifer is not retreating. He could have walked back to his main here to not have to use the TP. But seems like he wants to take out the Enforcer before having to go back. The Lich was left behind for some reason. A little bit there. Pillage is not ready. Yes, it is ready. Has been researched already, so some additional resources over here. And it's gonna be another good economic trade. TP comes in. Speech roll goes out. Right? Oh, he was anticipating the far forward TP. Reading Lucifer like a book. Loses the first Raider though regardless. There's no Dark Ranger here yet, so no silence. So where's the Storms? Here comes the first one. Not hitting too much of anything, to be honest. The Destroyers are doing good work right here. One of them is getting taken out though, and the first Greater Mana is coming in. With that, he's feeling very ready to fight. Nice micro on the Raider towards the back. Almost saves him. It will fall in the end, but now the Fiend's far forward. The silence is coming out. The sleep, I mean, onto the Blade Master. Stomp coming in. The spell, but the DK is still in trouble. Healthstone has to be used here quickly. Shadowhunter getting focused next here, possibly. No. Sleep on the Grunt. A bit of a misclick there. Blade Master still laying in the deeps. Destroyer saved off to the side. The Crypt Fiend not as lucky. Going for the Blade Master immediately. The heal wave! Just barely saving him. Jesus Christ. Has to be careful. There's a Shade here. Does he realize? I'm not sure. He's gonna have another sleep in a little while. Blade Master coming back in. DK in trouble. And the heal is coming in again for the Blade. The DK is safe. The heal potion. The invul. Everything's getting transferred. And the heroes remain alive. Just barely. But now the Lich possibly in trouble. Again the Hex. Again the Stomp. There's no Frost Armor. Not right now. He doesn't have the mana. The DK has the mana for the coil though. And with that, all heroes make it out of this alive. Only by a hair though. Ooh. FoCuS, however, seems to have been trading much better this game, as he's up to 47 supply. It was the little things. A TP here, a bit of pillage there, 2 ghouls here. And that most recent engagements, he got quite a few fiends. But Lucifer is not deterred, moving out on super low HP. Wow, that is very brave. TC level 2. SH almost level 4. That Hex additional skill point actually could make a difference if there's no destroyers. And destroyer not really the thing you desire to go for so much when there's so many berserkers, obviously. Oh, sneaky expo. Of course, the shade here is the thing that's of so much value. He sees the creep pattern of his opponent, taking out the top right. So he's far away, first of all, from this gold mine. And it's kind of predictable. FoCuS is aware that he's with an advantage right now, so that he goes for a tiny Great Hall right now is rather likely. And tiny Great Hall time it is. So I like that play by Lucifer. Setting up the Haunted. Nice. White. Oh, and a temple. Alright, here we go. Now we're on the same page, finally. Would have liked to see the Banshees sooner, but at least we're gonna see him. Pendant on the Dreadlord, perhaps just to have better regen right now on the DK. Or even he's gonna keep it on him for more sleep. Lucifer in dire need of invols though. As far as FoCuS's inventory goes, we still have that TP, by the way. Not sold. Did they stop doing that suddenly? After years and years? Blade has an invul. TC has a heal pot. Only a heal pot, though. And a sentry ward here, nicely placed to give vision. Even an A-bomb coming in now. And Lucifer, he's fidgeting. Feeling very impatient. Supply stock right now is Lucifer. He can't go into upkeep yet. No Banshees. Oh, the first one's coming out, actually. First ensnare onto the A-bomb. We have Blight now as well. Ziggurat coming up. Would love to turn that into a narrow tower, but it's going to be a while before he can do it. FoCuS already in upkeep. 57, but it's not here yet. Only one Kodo. He would love to eat this A-bomb. TC coming in for the stomp, and he hits a good one right there. Hex actually on the abomination of all units. Raiders in the front. First one getting taken out fairly quickly, but the A-bomb, the heal I mean, actually coming in time. Good dodging against the Kodo. Banshee didn't get off too many curses right there. Sleep again onto the Blade Master. Stomp coming in, not hitting too much right there. The SH going safely towards the back. Fiends all dropping low. The sleep is going to be running out here somewhat soon. Lich in trouble as well. All of the units for the Undead honestly are dropping low, and especially the Dreadlord in deep, deep trouble. Coil coming in time. Doesn't have to pop the invul yet. Everything's still rather healthy on the Orcish side of things. Ziggurat in the back, not getting turned into an arrow yet. Now, there we go. This is going to be a big help. Nova coming in once again, but these heals, man, for this SH always on point. But now, Shadowhunter out of mana. This might be where Lucifer is able to find these kills. Dreadlord once again in trouble, but there's so many coils. There were so many coils. That was the last one as well. Purge coming in. That may be the end. There's just barely enough time to pop that invul, save the hero by the skin of his teeth. But now, there's no more sleep. This Blade Master now might be able to run rampant, as he is not going to let this that you escape. The Destroyer is getting taken out. Invul popped, easily saving this Blade Master. Heal potion transferred even. But no more heal. One more heal wave. That's the last one. No more after this. But the Dreadlord, he is almost going to die. DK, did he have a greater mana as well that I didn't see? I think so. He still has some coils remaining. And the TP out is being forced. FoCuS here, too concerned with the life of his heroes. And he actually keeps his expansion alive, dude. Wow. Once again with excellent kiting. As one ghoul was being sent over. For his hard work, at least he got one peon kill. Torrent Totems coming up. The late game Walker transition against the Banshees. Very good. Necessary. In that fight, Banshees weren't too much of an issue at all, because there was not yet enough time to produce them. But now they're going to be coming out in numbers. Still though, FoCuS with a big lead. Up by, how much is it? 15 supply. Wow, we even have Disease Cloud here. Doing decent damage against these Berserkers. Mana pot again for the DK. We've been seeing a lot of that today from Lucifer. Oh, big scout from the shade. Sees the orc approaching. And that's one big orc army. Level 3 TC, level 4 Blade Master, level 4.5 SH with double heal pot. FoCuS wants to finish this game right now. 66 versus 54 supply. And it's go time. He knows the SH is rather far behind, but doesn't want to commit off of Blight here. Not just yet. Waiting for more rounds of production is Lucifer. And in we go. Now we have Spirit Link as well, making these units a lot more tanky. And the first Raider gets saved there as well. Kodo Beast moving forward with a scroll of speed, takes out one of the Fiends, and he doesn't have many of those at all. Next Kodo Beast going forward gets the Devour off as well, and suddenly Lucifer doesn't have much left to fight with. The one destroyer up in the air is getting focused heavily by these Berserkers. It got healed, but in the end it will fall, and now the Spirit Link is coming in, perfectly timed. The Hex, perhaps a second too slow. The Lich will survive thanks to it, but there's no Dispel anymore in this undead army, as the Blade Master is taking out the next statue, and now everything seems to be falling apart for Lucifer. Once again, a coil comes in just barely in the nick of time. Invul still holding on to it, hasn't used it yet. Another coil will just barely hit him. That was almost too close for comfort. But that's almost the last coil from the DK. So many units still remaining. The Destroyer with a big Dispel could be using it here, but it's not gonna be enough. GG. And the equalizer for FoCuS. Very well played. Like, from beginning to end, FoCuS just really confident and patient, right? Etching out little increments of advantages. A little bit here, one ghoul there, you know. One step at a time. As our wise master, Artosis, used to say, when you're ahead, get more ahead. Just step by step, little by little. I like that play a lot. Other than that one supply block that delayed the TC, like, close to a perfect game. That was pretty impressive. And now the score is 1-1. Next map is gonna be Amazonia, which is where Lucifer first presented, in a big tournament, first presented this strategy against Fly, if I remember that right. Pretty sure it was. And by that strategy, I mean the Ghoul strat, Ghoul opening, into tier 3 timing with Frenzy. Looked really strong right there. But in this game, the one we just saw, FoCuS had an answer. Pretty good one. Towards the end there, though, FoCuS was relying on an expansion, a big army, and a high-level hero. Something that is very hard to execute on a small map, which is going to be the case here on AZ. Moving on to next, our smallest map in the pool. Especially leveling up that TC is going to be very difficult to do. As well as expanding. Could be a Farseer map here once again. But usually nowadays when you see Farseer, it is all about that tier 2 expansion kind of playstyle. And that was not successful in game number 1. Despite it not looking too good for long periods. And yeah, AZ not really a good expansion map. Really hard to creep, really close to your opponent. Not exactly what you want. You can hear it. Map number 3. We're loading it up. Amazonia. Who's going to take this lead again in the best of 5 and put himself on match point? It's either going to be Lucifer in the top right in the red, Or... did I say Lucifer? I of course meant FoCuS. Or the undead Lucifer. Here we go. Bottom left in the blue. And yeah, it's the ghoul opening again. What does that mean? What? I think they're trolling us a little bit right now. I don't know what's going on. Is this a best of 5? Yes, it is. Hopefully consisting of the full 5 maps. The map pool... Oh my god, what's the map pool? I'm pretty sure it's the WGL map pool. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. With Concealed Hill and Northern Isles. Lucifer most likely veto Twisted Meadows. It's a very bad map for undeads nowadays. Unless you're playing against human. And... what? What did FoCuS veto? What's the Orc veto nowadays? Last Refuge, maybe? I don't know, honestly. I don't know. Northern Isles, maybe? We'll see. If this should drag out, which hopefully it does. So yeah, Ghouls, DK, Lightning Shield. Against the Blade Master. No Farseer this time. The Farseer may have been a one-time occurrence only. Whoa! Being very aggressive here.
A player's forces are under attack.
That doesn't happen too often. That the Blade Master's being super aggressive against this creep. Without even a circlet. He's not gonna be in time for the big boy. And... ooh, not in time for this one either. But he may be in time for the third. Nope. Not quite. So perfectly executed creep by Lucifer so far. Again, Blade Master revealing himself, not giving him the chance for the last hit with a coil, but the ghoul gets it! And now he's level 2. And that's not the way FoCuS was imagining this opening to go. Just perfectly done by Lucifer here. Perfect lightning shield, no damage on the ghouls, not too much damage on the DK. Yeah, that was just beautiful execution. And now, the Blade Master here. With very little experience. Chasing after Lucifer. Fast tech though, once again. FoCuS has been teching heavily. Seems to be his new style against undead. I mean, that's basically what orcs have been doing for a while now. And Lucifer's aiming for the Renegade Wizard again. Okay. Can he do the little pop-out trick again to... oh, he doesn't get the item and he doesn't get the experience. Lucifer just too on point. Gets closer to level 3. Gets that circlet as well. And the coil to save the ghoul. And now the Blade Master, if he gets around, he has the Windwalk. But yeah, the ghoul's so fast with his aura. Really hard to chase him down. Pretty much impossible, honestly. Lucifer with one hell of a good opening. And the attempted counter opening from FoCuS, yeah, not working out too well. I guess Lucifer just played it too perfectly. Don't really think FoCuS made a mistake there. Maybe you should have gone for the earlier shop, speed scroll, run in there, then you should be in time.
A player's forces are under attack.
But of course that's gonna delay your grunts at the same time. But yeah, so far FoCuS has gotten like close to nothing done. And Lucifer would love to delay FoCuS here. If he can make it to tier 2 with the Lich and the blade is still level 1, that's the dream. Tier 2 is rather far away though. Battle for the last hit. FoCuS won't give it up too easily, but... skeletons could perhaps commit for it. This should be going to FoCuS pretty much in its entirety. With one exception perhaps.
A player's forces are under
But he's being slowed down so much. So much. How many ghouls do we have? Where are the ghouls? Ah, the ghouls are over here! Creeping by themselves. The DK only is distracting. Doesn't want to go too far right. Doesn't want to reveal the plans to the Blade Master. Mike, dude, Lucifer is playing one hell of a game here so far. Everything's working out as well for him. Like, no hiccups. Almost level 3. Jesus Christ. Level 3 versus level 1 at the moment. But if FoCuS gets this, that's going to be his level 2 here at least. But he's still going to be a level behind. This is by no means good for the Korean, I wanted to say, for the Orc. Thank you very much, Knubby Quakes, with the 6-month resub. Oh, SH needs to be careful. Does not want to get surrounded here. Trying to steal some last hits here, going for some cute right clicks. This might be a TP forced, actually. DK is already low HP, but he's trying to dodge the blade, and will be able to. Okay. TP retained. Lich coming. The ghoul usage here earlier was pretty excessive though, so lumber is low, so tier 3 is delayed, and he already was behind in tech, so... Whoa! This is 2008 calling. We are going Raider Walker. Wow. That is really rare to see nowadays. Normally it's all tier 3 rush. And a gargoyle. What? Why does he have a gargoyle? Yeah. Ensnare and he's dead. That was kind of weird. It's not like Raider and Snare is so rare in this matchup that, you know, you can use the Garg for scouting and stuff. Lich with Nova first. Wow. What is going on in this game? Sobi Mask. Very nice for the DK. Oh, the Walker almost spotted them. It's nighttime. It's still nighttime. It was just barely nighttime long enough. I'm not sure if he saw him in the end. Blade Master able to steal the invul. Once again holding on to his TP, by the way. And the Scroll of Healing. Heavy investment here into this mid-game. Makes sense with his mid-game focused build. Raider Walker. But actually is going tier 3 here. Somewhat delayed. Oh, and these cancels are so big. If he gets the Slaughterhouse, this is the dream. And he'll be able to. Lucifer's not going to be glad about this. He just wanted to creep, man. He just wanted to get the items. And I think that Renegade may have been denied with a Lightning Shield. I'm not sure. Repair from the Acolytes is not going to be in time. The Blade Master dropping low, dropping really low. But not low enough. Slaughterhouse taken out. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. And of course, playing up against Walkers, you really want Destroyers. And they have been slowed down so much right now. Surgical Strike here by FoCuS. He was behind after the early game. But a simple building cancellation, something that usually the Orcs have to suffer, may turn it all around. Lich. Really slow progress on him, to be honest. Not even level 2. Where's the blade, by the way? Oh, there he is. Same for him. Not even level 3. My goodness. Prioritizing the leveling of the SH. I think that's the right call. In the late game, the heal is going to be more important than a little bit more damage from the blade. Tier 3 is done. No third hero. Deciding to go for more army instead. FoCuS would love to fight right now. He's got Ensnare. He's got Spirit Link, and there's no Destroyers yet. This is the perfect time for FoCuS to look for an engagement. Lucifer certainly doesn't want to head into one. And now him losing his TP earlier is painful because he can't go recklessly out onto the map, like here, for example. If he had the TP, he would probably be here already, or over here, be creeping this, and in case of a creep jag, would be TPing out. But he was forced to use that earlier. Trying to save the Slaughterhouse, in the end, not even being able to do so. So now, map control on FoCuS' side, and making great use of it. Taking out the remainder over here, and if he could take out the gold mine here, that would be the dream. Or is that perhaps a step too far? We have the Dreadlord, we have the ghouls, with Frenzy, by the way. Ensnare dodge. Does he have not have Burrow?
The town is under siege.
That one was pretty obvious. Destroyer form not ready. This always bothers me. Like, these are some of the best players in the world. But why are they not putting the ghouls here? That would be so much better. Right, FoCuS is doing it right. He's got the peons on the right side next to the war mill. FoCuS, let's go off the south though. Will allow his opponent to creep the natural, get the big consumable, which is the greater healing, which is certainly nice. Not quite a greater mana, but still good. And tiny great hall, here we go. On 50 supply with, I don't know, a bit of an advantage. If there is an advantage for FoCuS, it's not really a big one anymore. That slaughterhouse cancel earlier was nice, but now we do have a statue. We do have Destroyer form upgrade. And we have more statues on the way as well. Shade will be scouting things out here. And boom, now he knows. It's important for Lucifer to get the Destroyer form off before the Ensnare. There we go. Had the statue nicely positioned. When you are anticipating perhaps a creepjack, don't have the statue here, but rather there. There we go. Did it well. Spirit Link coming in, can be dispelled, of course. Only on the blade, though. Sleep coming in right away, going for the Walker immediately. Walker's dead, no more spells from his side. But the Fiends will be falling. First Ensnare. Seems to be a bit of a misclick, perhaps, onto the Skeleton as well. But the Fiend still dies, almost. Some of the Berserkers in the backline also falling. But the Destroyer is taken out as well. And FoCuS is making this Walker strat work, as it seems. Frenzy Ghouls, though, towards the peons. Have disrupted the mining and killed 2 peons up until now. But now they're going to be getting chased, perhaps. But actually, Lucifer is keeping the main army busy here in the middle. But it's a pretty damn big army. It's going to be a tough fight for Lucifer. DK mana still looking good. Trying to take out these raiders. Doesn't want to have to deal with the Ensnare anymore. Sleep coming out once again. There's a couple of sleeps left. Blade Master hitting level 4 here. His beginning to this game was slow, but now he has reached the level that he really wants. Forcing Lucifer back further. As the ghouls are still chasing the peons. Now they have to run. How many are going to make it out? Oh. None, as it seems. First hit purge. Bye-bye. Alright, this ghoul will make it. Thanks to Frenzy. Alright. Economy was slowed down, but not by too much. 55 supplies still for the Orc. 43 for Lucifer.
A player's forces are under attack.
That slaughterhouse cancel changed so much. Lucifer perhaps a little bit greedy. Trying to go from corner to corner of the map. Trying to snipe the items. Having no regard for the safety of his base. To be fair though, on the highest level of play, we rarely see base attacks anymore. Especially against undead. FoCuS really switching it up today. Being super unpredictable. Raider Walker tier 2. Base attacks. It's like old meta. It's like ladder meta. Lich also not level 3 yet is gonna be a big downside here. Alright, here we go. Sleep once again to start things off, and Lucifer is aiming for the backline. The first Berserker dies immediately. We have quite a bit of dispel. Big one coming in right there against the Spirit Link. And he's going for the Walker as quickly as he can. Doesn't quite get the kill off, and the Blade Master is awake again. Going for the Fiends. This fight all over the place now. No real front line or backline anymore. Going for the Farseer. The Shadow Hunter, excuse me, as well. But he will get the heal off. It's so close. One coil could have killed him, but he doesn't quite get it. The arm may have already been in the air, but he wasn't in range. Nice save there of the SH. Clutch Hex coming in as well as the Scroll of Speed. Saves that second hero, and now so much still left on the field. SH coming in with the heal for himself and a lot of the army as well. And all of the ghouls are just dying. Level 4 now for the Shadow. Scroll of Healing and Invul available. He's not gonna die. But everything on the opponent's side is starting to fall. The heroes may still be standing for now, but no army to support them. GG. And the 2-1 lead for Lucifer. Very unusual game. Like from beginning to end. But good adjustment by FoCuS, I'd say. And yeah, I think a little bit too greedy from Lucifer. Ignoring his base there for such a long time. Building placement, I guess, not ideal. Especially when you have ghouls, you take out so much of the lumber in the back of your base that usually you want to place the buildings there. In a perfect world. But I always feel like among pros, like building placement is one of the least considered things. Maybe for humans and for orcs in certain matchups, but for night elves and undeads, I think it always seems like it's just all over the place. Wherever there's room, let's put it there. Gold Beer 83, thank you very much for the sub. Map number 3 is Northern Isles. So yeah, it seems like the vetoed map by FoCuS was Last Refuge. Fairly predictable. Alright, so this should be a different pace here that we're about to see. AZ, where we just were, very small map. Tier 2 Raider Walker, understandable there. You can exert your dominance on Tier 2, make use of your map control. But now we're going on to one of the newer maps. One that I'm getting more and more fond of. Northern Isles. And this is certainly a very big one. Base to base distance is really long. It's almost like Twisted Meadows level, I think. Haven't tested it, but yeah, it's really long. Plenty of creep camps to go around. Perfect for tri-hero. Especially for the orc. Undead third hero, be it Dark Ranger or Dreadlord, especially Dark Ranger, doesn't really need levels too badly. TC does though. At least needs level 2. Lucifer here changing up his opening, reverting back to map number 1. Right? Yeah. Map number 1 he played Fast Fiends, late DK as well. Same is the case here. Not walling off his gold mine, by the way. Which usually is no problem, because orcs don't go for acolytes anymore, because they assume they are safe anyways. But FoCuS has been switching it up, so maybe he's gonna identify this weakness and be able to poke and prod here a little. And be annoying with a blade. If it is a blade. It is a blade. I haven't seen too many games in this matchup on this map. I've seen plenty of Night Elf games. As in general, on this patch, we've been seeing quite a few Night Elf games, haven't we? Night Elf versus Human, also a lot. And not too few Night Elf versus Orc games. So, what's the creep route here? I don't even know. I guess it's this one? The entire thing, or just the item? Get the salves, and then... honestly, I don't know. I don't know what the proper creep route here is. You certainly don't want to be aggressive, I guess, with your opponent being so far away. Item only, and it's a nice start for the blade with the claws. 1 borrowed tech. So far, so standard. No scroll of speed. Double heal self and skipping on the scroll in favor of a bit of a faster borrow. Perhaps wanting to stack up on items here quickly, as FoCuS loves to do. You can see, only kills the item carrying creep. Only kills the item carrying creep. And may do the same here. But probably if he creeps this entire thing, that should be level 2. I think. Oh, I'm not certain though. And then this would be a pretty nice creep route. And by the way, he's got the nuts so far. Wand of Illusion. Can be very nice. In the late game, certainly very good. DK with the circlet. 22 supply attack once again after the third ghoul. We'll have to upgrade this into a Nerope soon. Otherwise, Blade Master could kill some acolytes, which would be very expensive. Is FoCuS gonna scout for this though? Alright, another slippers here. A pair of slippers would be the dream. Mantle instead? Okay. And now it makes a lot of sense that he didn't go for the scroll, right? Because if he had purchased the scroll, he wouldn't even have had inventory space here to pick up all the drops. I like that choice. And now he still has healed selves remaining, can continue to be aggressive and harass if he wants to. Nice opening by FoCuS. Seems to have worked out this rather new map pretty well by now. Windwalk doesn't last for too much longer, and wow, he attacks immediately. And the end snare's coming in from the creeps. Oh man, that's really unlucky for Lucifer. Onto the Fiend that was already damaged. This Fiend is gonna die. There comes the coil, but there's gonna be a Windwalk. He needs another hit after. Is it actually gonna be enough? Coil is ready. Oh, wow. Whew. That was very close. Almost getting the Fiend kill there, but still good aggression here by FoCuS, forcing a lot of mana out of the DK. Now left with only one coil. That's a weird ziggurat. Oh, and if you can steal the Ogre Magi here, that would be the absolute dream. The illusions further down south to distract. Lucifer didn't fall for it, but he wasn't quite in time. And it's the greater mana as well. FoCuS with one hell of an early game. Playing so well today. In the main base for the Orc. Tier 2 is finished. Shadow is coming. And this is looking super standard right now. Tier 3 tech probably gonna be started here in just a moment. Oh, and the Blade is even gonna be stealing the natural here, maybe? Pulling out the creeps. Trying to abuse the AI. That would be a big steal as well. Doesn't have the scroll of speed here, so this is a little bit dangerous. Yeah, but the pull-out trick worked. The way you do this is, yeah, you pull out the creeps, and then when they go back, they don't cast their spells anymore. No slow, no boulders. Makes this all much, much easier. And the Blade already level 3 by the time the SH is out. This is the absolute dream. What's the item here? Ring. Okay, that's not what he wanted, but he's level 3. This is definitely looking good for him. Book of the Dead. Very good item here for the undead who's getting caught in the middle. Once again, the SH is close by for a Hex. This may have to be a TP. It's definitely gonna have to be a TP. Lucifer at least wants to force him to use the scroll, I guess. And once again, FoCuS in a grand position. Well, grand is too big of a word, but it's a good position. Oh, the Fiend. He's eyeing it up. Lucifer should really frost armor it. Really, really should. I'm surprised he doesn't go for it. Oh, there we go. Yeah. That was a mistake by Lucifer. You have to anticipate this possibility. And the Lich was full mana. There was no reason not to frost armor. That's a Fiend for free. Very nice. FoCuS starting to look a little bit stronger than his adversary here. It's far from over though, obviously. Here's the Shade again. Tier 3 is about half a tech behind again. And perfectly upon daytime, Blade Master at the shop, going for the invul. Damn it, this is all working out so beautifully. The DK now in trouble. Didn't pop the potion before the Hex, that's a little bit scary. But he still has the time, goes for the potion right now, but that may not be enough. He's surrounded, he's hexed again. Fiend trying to open up the way. Does he have another ensnare? He's just almost dead. Oh my god, the level up. And now he's going for the Death Pact. Perfect decision. In this situation, greater mana on the SH. He's going for so many hexes. He may still be able to get the kill, but the ensnare wears off. Another Hex is ready. Blade Master has to try to block him. He blocks him with a Fiend. Wow, what a move. Death Pact is almost ready again, by the way. May have to use it. Oh no, the Hex before the Death Pact! The armor's in the air, but the DK is dead. Level 2 for the SH. He's got more mana now, and that's the GG. Whoa. That was a merciless game by FoCuS. Wow.